Hey everyone, Nicole Wright here with Nicole Wright Designs, and I'm super excited for my first video of 2020, and I am going to be using my new collection from Wild Whisper, Media Assemblage. So I'm going to be doing a video for Creative Scrapbooker magazine using a bunch of Ranger products, my new line of paper from Wild Whisper, and doing some mixed media fun in my journal. So keep on watching. Okay, so I've already pre-gessoed my page using the Media White Gesso, and I also added these flourishes. These are molds that I just made, and I just thought they would add some great texture. So those are gessoed as well. And then for this journal page, I'm going to be using the Dana Wakley acrylic paint. And I don't know if you guys have these, but they are so good. The colors are really vibrant. They're thick. They're beautiful to work with for paint pouring, art journaling. You can add it to the molds like we're going to do today, and metal. I mean, they just go on everything. So I'm also going to be incorporating some pattern paper, which this is for my new media line, Media Assemblage, for mixed media paper. So I've already taken the mixed media and put it onto paper for you, and I thought it would be really fun to incorporate that into a journal page, because yes, people, you can do that. So I've already started tearing, so I'm just gonna tear a couple of pieces, and we're gonna incorporate this right into this page. So a little tip I learned that I like to do is just spray the back of your paper. So that just helps the glue to move around a bit. So I'm just gonna line it up where I want it, and then add the glue and seal right over top. And just kind of feather it on there. And I'm gonna go over here as well. You can also take your baby wipe. I always keep these on my craft desk, and you can rub it off, and that just gives it that really nice worn look. All right, so you're just gonna take your acrylic paint and a little bit right onto your gel plate. And this one is lemon. And then you're just gonna take your brayer and fill up your gel plate. As you can see, I didn't overblend the colors, so then you can still pick up some of the colors in there. So now I'm going to take this Pretty Daisy, and I'm just going to lay it down over top. Lift it, and look at that. You've got the impression right there. So bring your journal back over, and then I'm just going to stamp it right down. And look at that fun little impression that we get, and you can do a couple of stamps here. All right, and so I just have in my craft room some corrugated cardboard, and you know, just look around at what you have. You might find some interesting patterns. So I'm just gonna stamp that right down, and look at those cool lines. And then I'm gonna go in the opposite direction. And now I've just made these cute little squares. All right, so let's stamp again. All right, so here's a fun little trick for you. You can take your brayer roller right off, and then add some elastic bands, and then attach it right back. This just pops out super easy, just like that. So for this pattern, I'm going to use a little bit bigger of the gel plate. And let's add some more color. Look at how pretty that looks. This is when you want to keep paper nearby. You can actually take your journal, since I'm thinking about it, and go right over top. You don't want to waste that. So we're going to set that aside. I'm going to bring my gel plate back. Let's see how this works. Keep your fingers crossed. All right, and then don't be afraid. Just put it down. Now that we have a good base layer going, I'm going to stencil using some texture paste. I found some more colors. So I'm going to use some sterling and some buff just to highlight some of the texture paste hearts that I just put on. So from the letter it stamps, I'm going to stamp the word grateful. And I'm just going to stamp it right over top of my journal page here. You can also, if you can do hand lettering, you can write your own stuff. Make sure you leave some space for doing some journaling or some inspirational words. All right, I think this is a pretty good place to stop for now. I've added a lot of layers, and hopefully you've learned a couple of different techniques or remembered some things that you may have forgotten. So there's still lots of space to add to this, including journaling, more stenciling, or stamping. Don't be afraid to get your hands all dirty up. So thanks so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Creative Scrapbooker magazine for more tips and tricks and techniques. Also, Nicole Wright Designs, that's me, where I like to play with a lot of mixed media. And if you were interested in my paper, Media Assemblage, you can check out Wild Whisper. They carry my new collection of papers, and I have more coming out in 2020. Thanks again so much for watching, and everybody have a super creative, crafty day.